Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to King Arthur Legends Rise. I want to talk to you today about some of the most important things you should be doing every day because there's a couple of things that are very easy to overlook and forget that are incredibly important. One in particular that I know I'm not the only one. I'm making this video because I'm bad about forgetting this stuff too. So I figure maybe if I make the video, one, it'll become a bigger deal in my head, and two, maybe save some more people from wasting so much potential and very important resources. All right, so we'll go ahead and start off with the most important one that you should make sure that you do every day, and then there's some other stuff that we should talk about as well. In the restricted area, in the forbidden dungeon, you should be pushing this as far as you can. Every day, you should be going as far as you can, but you might hit a stage that you can't beat and just think, okay, I guess I'm done for a while. If you don't know this, you can go back to the most recently completed stage and auto clear it for all your tickets. You don't even have to watch the animation of the fight. It's literally just an auto clear. And these pedestals right here are going to get hard to come by. It'll be a minute if you're newer in the game and you're still working on progress, but you will hit a point where these will start to be very scarce. So doing this every day, getting 2 per ticket, that's 10 a day on the days that you just come in and auto farm it. And sometimes, even though I know I should come in and auto clear them every day, what I'll do is at the beginning of my day, I'll think, I'm not going to auto clear yet because I might improve some champs that might enable me to push further. And then the day goes on, and it gets away from me and I forget about it. And then the next day resets and I never even came in here and auto cleared. So put a note on your screen, something. It is absolutely crucial that you come in here every day and auto farm the stages, auto farm the most recently completed stage if you can't push any further, okay? That is just absolutely mandatory, honestly, that you do. It's also important too because you get currency for the Forbidden Dungeon shop. And there's some good stuff in here. There are more pedestals in here. There are rare mastery stones, which can be very handy. Getting your champs chivalry higher, even the rares, is absolutely account changing. So definitely those are important. You've got legendary memory stones you can come in here and grab. Relic tickets are important. Everything in here is pretty good. Like, most of this stuff is pretty usable. So the shop is pretty important. And you want to make sure you're accumulating that currency. And again, if you like, I could come in and do stage 53. So that's 210 per run, 2 pedestals per run. I get some iron. It's valuable, right? It's very important to come in here and do. So make sure you're auto clearing your Forbidden Dungeon stages every day if you can't push any further, if you've hit your limit. If you haven't hit your limit, keep pushing, okay? From there, let's talk about just some other more general tips and still some pretty important stuff to do every day that perhaps you're overlooking. One, very quickly, is buy your energy. When you come in here to fill up on your energy, you'll get 2 purchases at 50 gems. That's 100 energy for 50 gems. So 100 gems get you 200 energy. That's way beyond worth it. That is very, very worth it. The amount of progress you can get for 200 energy is well worth 100 gems a day. After that, you'll get to do 3 purchases at 100. So it'll be 300 gems basically for 300 energy if you do it all 3 times. I don't do that every day. I did it yesterday because I had a lot of stuff I was trying to get done. But I always do the 50 gem purchases. Absolutely, without question. I do this every single day. And when you do it, just be mindful of your energy. Your experience level on your account. Because if you're really close to being full, you want to try to level up before you purchase the energy, because that's going to refill your energy anyway when you level up. So just be mindful of like where your account level is at, and you can kind of use that to your advantage, okay? Another one that is important for you to be aware of every day are I need to come in and finish these actually. So you only have to do 9 dailies a day to get your special summon ticket, right? And I think a lot of people do that and then they're done. But one of the cool things about this game is that there are more than 9 dailies, so you can kind of pick and choose what you want to do every day to get your ticket. But the resources are pretty good for like how easy these are to obtain. This is one auto run in Frozen Plains, and you get a pack of 3 polishing powder, which if you think you do that every day of the month, that's 90 polishing powder a month. This stuff is also going to get kind of scarce, right? You can get the stat change stone every day. That's 30. This is going to be something you're going to start using later in the game when you're wanting to min-max your champs and go in and change substats. Maybe you get a really good piece of 6-star gear that's got garbage subs. You're going to want to put a few of these in it to try to make it a better piece. You've got level up potions, which at a certain point are not going to be as important anymore, but especially when you're early on, very, very useful. You've got equipment crafting stuff. You've got gold. You've got like this, obtain equipment. I think it's really important to do this every day. A common to rare hero's relic shard. Now, hopefully you'll have better luck than I have, because I pull a common every single time I pop one of these. But there are people in my Discord that have pretty good luck with these. And then there's also, I think in the weekly, it's this one, uncommon to legendary. Someone in my Discord pulled 2 legendary relics in a row from these. So just by doing 30 equipment dungeon battles throughout the week and making sure you finish this, you could potentially get a legendary relic. That's crazy. That's crazy good. 50 arena battles get you 300 honor token. Like, so even though you're done, like even though I'm done with my weekly missions here, don't give up on them. I would recommend that you just come in and do them all, because I think the resources are worth doing it. Not to mention that everything in the game is valuable to do. You know what I mean? You're gonna get something for everything you do, for the most part. So I think it's well worth it. Before we move on, I do want to very quickly mention I am in the content creator program now for this game. It's kind of an interesting system that I've never seen before, but there will be a link down below that you can click, and it'll take you to a page with my info, and then there's a button that you can click that says support, and it'll add you as one of my supporters. If you are interested in doing that, I would greatly appreciate it. It's my understanding that basically all it'll do is when you spend in the game, I'll get a little bit of it, and then I think there's something to do with they give me missions to do periodically, and then perhaps I get resources for the account, and maybe I get stuff to give away. I'm still trying to learn it all. I've never really been in a program like this in my 7 or 8 years of doing this as a job. So I have to go in and learn all the details. But as I learn it, I'll make sure I'm sharing it with you guys more clearly. But if you are interested in doing that, I would appreciate it. Link down below. You just click it and then click support. And as far as I know, it just adds you to the list of my supporters. And I'll try to come up with some like fun things to do over time as I get more familiar with the program. So again, I appreciate anybody that wants to do that, and we'll have more info soon. Moving on, let's see. Clearing your past missions is a pretty big one, I think. I think most people are probably on top of this, but just make sure that you're coming in and doing your daily missions every day, and just being mindful of the seasonal missions. You don't have to complete all these to finish the pass. I think the first time around on this, I think there were 2 of the seasonal ones that I didn't complete, and I still finished the pass like with a week to spare, I think. So it's not crucial that you finish all of these. This is really just if you want to do it quicker. You can come in here and hard focus these and get more than a level every time, because one level is 100 points. So basically every one of these you finish is more than a level. Every 4 of them you finish is 2 levels. So that's just if you want to rush it, but make sure you're paying attention to that. It's pretty important that you do it every day, even though it's not super tight, right? You've got some wiggle room. If you miss one here and there, it's not going to be the end of the world, but no reason not to try to finish it as quickly as possible, because if you do finish it quickly, then every time you level up, once it's finished, you just get bonus energy. And if you bought the champion pass, you get 100 energy every time you level up, which would be every day. Basically, the dailies level you up every day. So that's pretty good if you're doing that. Even if you didn't, 30 energy is a nice bump, right? Last couple things is the sealed temple. Make sure you come in here and use your 5 runs every day. This stuff is very important and very hard to come by, and they're both important. These level up your relics. These level up your champions. So be sure that you're coming in here and trying to get your hands on as many of these as possible. I also buy these every time they pop up in the shop. Same with the books, because they're just, it's such a slow like influx of them, if that's the right word. Beyond that, check your favorite dungeon. It's Sunday, still Sunday for me, so I have all of them open, but it tends to rotate. And this is also pretty important. Every little bit you can do to upgrade your champs matters in this game. You'll feel every upgrade you make. And those are pretty big upgrades, because not only do they increase the stats, but they also unlock these extra equipment slots, which are just a bunch of bonus stats for you to get on your champs. And then later down the line, there's sets you can put down there on the keepsakes as well. And then for the last tip that I want to give you that pertains to kind of what we're talking about today is, before you log out every day, make sure you claim all of your resources. especially the steel mill and the lumber yard. These are going to get so hard to come by. I'll give you an example real quick. I need to upgrade my castle. I'm only halfway to what I need to wood and a little over halfway of what I need to steel. So it's going to be a little bit, right? If I don't check this and I log out and I've got 20,000 already sitting there, it only fills up to what, like 33,000 right now, 43,000 right now. So once it hits 43,200, it just stops creating anything for me. So if I don't empty it before I log out, and then I don't log back in for 9 hours because I went to bed and then I got up, did my morning routine and all that stuff, it's just going to sit here full for hours and hours and hours, and I'm going to miss out on potentially tens of thousands of resources that I need to go toward my castle. And like I said, I need that to fill up several times before I can even upgrade my castle. So make sure that before you log out, even if you don't think you're done for the day, just make it a habit to make the round of your area and claim all your resources so that it doesn't get full and you just waste time and the opportunity to get resources, okay? Because that's they don't feel scarce right now if you're new, but very quickly, very quickly they're gonna feel very scarce. So that'll do it for today, I think, for me. If you've got any other tips in the same vein, something that you think is important that everybody should be doing every day, or something to not forget to do before you log out, anything like that you think would be helpful, drop it down below. I'm sure I would appreciate it, and I'm sure a lot of other players would as well. So that's it. I'm going to get out of here. I hope it was helpful. Appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you in the next one.